W5GP, tech so bright. Brett WY7BG, signals just right. And Mark P's there in the chat room too. And laughing, learning, sending questions through. Tune in 8 p.m. the moment's right. At W5KUB.com Tuesday night. Old friends, new voices, call sign shine. On the round table, we all align. Every rig and every key tells a story wild and free. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio roundtable, it's our time. Tom, Glen, Brett, and Mark in view, sharing the waves with me and you. Join the fun, don't miss the flight. At W5KUB.com Tuesday night. See you at 8 p.m. Central. Only on W5KUB.com.
Tuesday's here, it's that time again. MF, fire up the rig, call your friends. Grab your coffee, pull up a chair. We're going live and the gang's all there. Tom W5KUB's in control. M streaming the show with a whole lot of soul. At W5KUB.com we unite. Ham radio magic every Tuesday night. It's the best ham radio show online. To Radio Roundtable every time. Glen K, W5GP, tech so bright. MF, WY7BG, signals just right. And Mark P's there in the chat room too. Laughing, learning, sending questions through. Tune in 8 p.m.
Mic test 1 2.
At W5KUB.com Tuesday night. There's a chat room buzzing, full of cheer and talk with the hosts. They're always near, building antennas, talking DX dreams, living that life on the ham radio scene. From solderers to the latest news, solar flares or a vintage tube. Come as you are, everyone's tight. We're family here on a Tuesday night. It's the best ham radio show online. After Radio Roundtable every time. Glen K, W5GP, tech so bright. I'm Brett, WY7BG, signals just right. And Mark P's there in the chat room too. Laughing, learning, sending questions through. Tune in 8 p.m. the moment's right. At W5KUB.com Tuesday night. Old friends, new voices, call sign shine. On the roundtable we all align. Every rig and every key tells a story wild and free. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio roundtable, it's our time. Tom, Glen, Brett, and Mark in view, sharing the waves with me and you. Join the fun, don't miss the flight. W5KUB.com Tuesday night. Central, only on W5KUB.com. Got the dial set, coffee in my hand, MC. Signals in the air from across the land. A shack, a screen, and a vibe so right. We're going live again this Tuesday night. It's not just static, it's a call sign wave, where legends hang and the airwaves blaze. Hit the stream, yeah, don't be late. The roundtable's rolling, it's gonna be great. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio roundtable every time. Tom W5KUB keeps the stream alive. With hams worldwide, we're feeling the vibe. With Glen KW5GP breaking it down. Building gear and wearing that crown. And Brett WY7BG shouting clear. Coming in strong from here, DD. Oh, and Mark P, yeah, he's part of the light. So tune in every Tuesday night. It's more than mics and modulation. It's heart and soul in every station. From kits and code to satellites, we learn, we laugh, we share the nights. So grab your rig, grab your crew, it's always something cool and new. No matter the band, no matter the zone, you'll feel at home when you click that tone. It's the best ham radio show online. Amateur radio roundtable every time. Tom W5KUB keeps the stream alive. With hams worldwide, we're feeling the vibe. With Glen KW5GP breaking it down. Building gear and wearing that crown. And Brett WY7BG shouting clear. Coming in strong from mid every ear.
Hello, Michael. Can you hear me? Let me turn the music down here.
Part of the light. So tune in every Tuesday night. Turn it on, let it play.
Okay, Michael, can you hear me?
Hobby night or day.
All right, I'm not hearing you. Why am I not hearing you? Are you muted?
We're connected everywhere.
Let's see if we can figure this out. Not hearing you. Let me think.
Radio show online.
Wait a minute. Let's see. Wait a minute.
Real time. From Tom, Glen, Brett to Mark P. They're the crew you want on your screen to see. So hit that stream.
All right, still not hearing you. Number 10.
Tuesday night.
All right, let's check your mic there. Down at the bottom, there's a place where you can select the mic, and it could be muted. I don't know.
CQ on the air tonight. Well, Roundtable's lit and the signal's tight.
Oh man, we'll figure it out. Let me think here. I don't think it's on my end, but you can never tell.
LEDs glow, antennas high. Another night beneath the sky. I'm calling out, hear that tone. Across the globe, I'm not alone. The net's alive and I'm checking.
All right, still don't have anything. Why don't you close it and open it again and see if the mic comes up.
Glen's got mods on a breadboard base. Brett's breaking news from a distant place. Tom's at the helm like a seasoned vet, streaming it live.
Are you hearing me okay?
Antenna swing, the skip is long. We're singing the ham radio song. Spin that dial, let's catch some heat. 40 meters never felt so sweet. Look at the amateur radio roundtable with coax lines and power cables. Deeks, petitions, QSLs. We got more ham than a southern bell from KW.
He's reconnecting.
To WI7BG. We're working the world wild and free.
Hello. Hey, Mark. Cool. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, could you hear me okay? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, we gotta figure out why your mic's not coming through. Let's see. You see the bar moving up and down or whatever? I mean, okay, all right. Yeah. Let me do something here. Let me stop this music completely. I see Glenn's on. Hang on a second. We'll figure this out. This is my first time back after about 6 weeks on here. I had surgery on my neck, and I didn't have a voice for like 6 weeks. Yeah. All right. Stand by a second. Let me see what's going on here. I'm gonna try to stop the music. Okay, got the music stopped. All right. All right. I'm showing your audio is turned on. Let's see. Do it again.
I hear him vaguely in the background.
Yeah, do it. Okay, hang
But
on.
I think
Hang on,
that's
I
through
think we
your
got it here.
speakers,
Hang on.
Tom.
10. Well. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I bet you it works
All right.
now.
Test one,
There you go.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right.
The master audio selected off on you. Okay. We're working.
Is mine working?
Yeah, Glenn, you can hear him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. All right, let me get off here. I'm still setting up some camera shots here. All right, let's see what we can do here.
My
See if
God,
I
you have a voice.
Yeah, I do. I have a voice tonight. Have a voice. Let's see what I can do here. I'm going to see if I can put Michael in this shot. All I got to do is have an Einstein memory, and I can do it.
Yeah, it's only been like 4 or 5 weeks now.
Yeah. Let's see, Michael, you're 10. Let's see, that and 10. Okay, and then I've got to adjust something here. It's coming back. It's coming back. All right, I'm getting there. I've got to crop and move some pictures around here, but we're getting there. And let's see. Well, that should... Man, I got so much. That should put him in there with us. And when Brett gets here, he'll be the fourth one in here. All right. Can you guys hear my voice tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. You know, it's good having a voice, man. It's not good not having a voice for 6 weeks.
I don't know if I'd be able to survive it.
It was a little depressing, to tell you the truth. And wondering if it's permanent, because that's a risk you take.
Yeah.
You know, temporary loss or permanent loss. And I think most people got their voice back in a week or two. And here I was at 5 weeks, and I'm thinking, this ain't right.
Yeah. Let's see here.
All right. I wonder.
There we go.
Wonder where Brett is. Let's see.
It's 10 minutes early.
They have the city council meeting every single Tuesday.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I am too. Boy.
Now, we're live streaming right now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. I brought it up early.
Okay.
Just to.
Okay, no problem. I just need to be aware because I wanted to talk to you about something, but not on live stream.
Okay. We can.
I wanna
is
raise-
it you want to? Did you want to talk about that money you owed me?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna see if you'd take it in small unmarked bills or how you wanted it.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah, I'm
I'll.
planning a trip to
I had
Miami,
already made a
so
call. I had already made a call to Guido this morning, referencing you. I'll call him back and tell him to hold up.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning a trip to Miami, so I might be able to do it in merchandise as well.
I don't know what that means.
Have you ever seen Miami Vice?
Yeah, I watched it. That's boy, that was on what 30 years ago. I don't even remember it, man.
Something like that. Yeah, 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you what, though, a lot of that was tame compared to the reality.
Yeah.
But
Well, I got two or
yeah,
three.
John, you just think
Go
I
ahead.
can tell you. No, I want to run it by Tom before I open my mouth. You were supposed to come to the Hamfest this weekend.
Well,
gonna
I
talk to
was.
you
I
about it
was. Let me tell you.
If you had thought that it's indoors, you'd have been there and you probably would have won all the prizes.
What? It was indoors.
Yes, it was.
Well,
It was
part
fun,
of it was
too.
outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I saw I saw a Facebook posting where somebody went to a Hamfest and he won like 5 major prizes. Like an ICOM HF rig and I'm talking 5 major prizes.
Well, here at the Petty Jean Hamfest the week before, the guy that won the 2 grand prizes, an ICOM 7100, he won them both.
Is that right? Well, that's a Hamfest. That's a Hamfest I don't need to go to then. He's got me beat. I'd like to go to the. I need to look up the one where this guy won the 5 big prizes. It must have been
But
awful
it
small.
wasn't all that bad.
Oh, did you get that this weekend?
I got this at Petty Jean.
Oh, at Petty Jean. Okay.
Yeah, the guy won the 2 7100s, but they called my name just before that.
Yeah.
It was a small Hamfest, but it was fun. I had a great time talking with some folks there, and it was just a lot of fun. And plus, have you've been to Petty Jean, haven't you, Tom?
No, I've never been up there
Oh man,
or down there. I don't know. Is it up on the mountain or is it down on the bottom? I've never been here.
no, this is actually up on. You go right up on top of the mountain and then down behind.
Okay.
Into the Lutheran church camp, and that's where they were. So basically you go up and then down the backside of the mountain, but it's very similar. I don't know if you've been there, Michael, but it's very similar to Mount Nebo. Very gorgeous view, and my Meshtastic nodes that I took with me were seeing hot springs 53 miles away. So they've got a little repeater network there. I think it's KD9SK, Sierra Kilo, has got some repeating units set up there. He had one on Petty Jean itself, and I'm sure the others were along the way. But yeah, that was fun.
I don't think. Oh, wait!
Yeah.
Look at there. He made it.
I made it.
He made it.
Hey, man, he made it there. He made it,
Yeah.
man.
I had to reconfigure everything, but I'm here.
Okay. Can you hear my voice tonight?
Yes, you're nice and loud.
Well, very good.
I'm going to lower my volume, in fact.
Every now and then, there's one letter that kind of is half muted when I talk. I can't tell you which one it is.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say hello to Mark P. up there in Ohio. Okay, well, we got about 5 minutes here. Let's see. Let me get you in the four-shot here, if I can figure it out. Man, I need a production person there's so many buttons and stuff to push on this thing that it is tough, man. To try to, I mean, there's a shot of some of the stuff going on right there. And there's a lot of button
Too much
pushing.
work for me.
That what?
Too much work for me.
Yeah, a lot. Let's see, what was it? Oh, I was going to put you in the four-shot here, so I got to go there. And I've got to add you in that shot. Let's see if I can do it. Don't know if I can do it or not. All right, I think I can do it. I can do it. But I got so many, I got so many things here to.
But he's only got him. He's only got you. He doesn't. There he goes. Okay.
Yeah. I'm getting there. Can y'all see it? Is it actually moving live there?
It's
Yes,
moving live. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll get you down this
Shrinking it to
way.
fit.
And I've got to go over here and do some cropping. And,
Pull it down just a little.
wrong one. Top. Yeah. Put you about like that. I'm gonna bring you over about right now. That's good enough there.
Do you feel the walls closing in there, Brett?
I'm gonna try to bring the top up a little bit. There we go. Hey, I did it, man. I really need somebody that can do all this stuff during the show, because you gotta. Well, I won't say you gotta be Einstein to do it, but you gotta have a pretty good memory.
Well, I was
Well, it
cheating
leaves me
using
out.
Talk Studio because they do most of this for you, but they give you less control.
Yeah.
Tom, I was thinking of when I was last on your stream, besides Dayton, when I walked up and realized that I was on it before I knew I was on it. They told me I was.
Oh, really?
I found some screenshots of me in your rear view camera coming back from start while you were leaving the parking lot. And
Oh.
I'm behind your vehicle doing this.
Oh, cool, man. I didn't know that.
Somewhere there's another one from somewhere in Kentucky. I stopped at a gas station and you were pulled over at the gas station somewhere.
Yeah, that was interesting. We used to stream our drives live. We would stop up in Ohio or Kentucky and go in a restaurant, and people that were watching us, they would actually come to the restaurant and come inside to find us. Oh, that was funny. Oh, man. Oh.
I think I followed you on APRS one time and we had slug burgers in Corinth.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, I could bring your picture down a little bit, but I'm not gonna mess with it. You know what? I've got 99% of your face on here, so we're gonna leave it like that. Or you can aim your camera. Or you could aim your camera up 1 degree.
I was just going to say, Michael, you can shrink you. There you go, or lower your head.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. All right. Well, it's good to be back. Who did that? Brett did something. See, what's Brett got there?
Oh,
He's tinkering.
I displayed one of the most interesting things that happened to me this week.
Is that a power line, or let's see?
Well,
I think
that's
there's
that was our power to my house and my shack,
Yeah.
and the
Oops.
insulator cracked, fell down, and there's 15 kilovolts dangling there.
Yeah. Well, typically here, where I live, when that happens, someone shoots it.
Uh-huh. I don't think anyone shot this one. I think this is just old shoddy equipment.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
So
Cool.
they did a little work on
Oh,
it.
yeah. A guy at Huntsville said stick he's got that it'll expand out to about 40 feet. I guess that one will, because a lot of times they reset those fuses from the ground. You know. What was that? Oh,
Yeah.
Britt left us.
Well, let's see. It's supposed to. I toggled screen sharing off. And
There we
so
go.
I'm supposed to
There we
be back
go.
Here. Yes.
I was going to say it. Huntsville guy gave me one of those electrician or power company expandable poles, and that thing's heavy, man. I will try to
Let's
mute.
talk about that little and the side effects that it had on my equipment.
Okay, before the show starts, did everybody get their flu shot?
Yes.
Yep, I got the flu shot a couple of days ago.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and I'll put the silver star next to your name over here.
Good.
Mine's probably happening on Thursday.
Oh, you don't have yours yet. Okay, let me peel that
Yeah.
star off, man. Let me peel it off.
Yeah, peel my star off. Yeah.
If you know, for every day you're late, you're gonna get a demerit. You know how it goes, man.
Yeah. Nope, that is definitely on my list, and my cardiologist is usually the one that gets me hooked up.
All right. Well, I've got 8 o'clock, and I think we should get started. So let's see. Let's do it different tonight. How are we gonna do it? Let's see. Oh well. Let's see. Somebody just Facebook or I want to see. He may be watching this is a non-ham friend of mine, but he may be watching the show. Let me see if it is, and I'm gonna say hello to him. Let's see. Well, I think he's watching. Let's see. And my cousin down in Lower Alabama, L.A., he's watching. He's not a ham, his dad was. And I think an old friend of mine, gee whiz. I think an old friend of mine, Ronnie Bishop, he's watching. You know, it's amazing how, you go to high school in a little town down here in the South, and this friend of mine ends up, I don't know where he is. He's in North Dakota, South Dakota, or Iowa, or somewhere over there. I don't know, man. It's funny how after 50 or 60 years, you kind of move away from home. Anyway, okay. Hello, Ronnie. Hello, Dennis. Okay, we're going to get the show started. We're going to get the show started. I don't know how to do it. I hadn't been on here in 5 weeks, so we're going to make it up. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Comment. Ronnie Bishop. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, we're going to get started. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Amateur Radio Roundtable. This is a show about ham radio, shortwave, electronics. You can watch our show. You can just go to w5kub.com. You can find us there. You can find us on YouTube. You can also find us for streaming on X. We're also streaming on our Facebook group of over 14,000 people. So there's a lot of places you can see us there. We'll probably add a few more social media streaming platforms in the near future. I've been thinking about it. Hey, join our Facebook group. Our Facebook group is just, you can find it just by typing in W5KUB. We got over 14,000 people in here. It's a great group. It's, ham radio and technology related, so please get in there. Also, let me make this comment. A lot of people ask to be friends with me. And I've got a personal Facebook page, but I don't want 14,000 people on my personal Facebook page. It's mainly family. It's very small and it's family, and I'm hardly on it. If you ever want to get with me, you'll find me on our W5KUB group page. So please contact us there if you want to message us from there. Anyway, we'll be your friend there. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, hey, we're on just about every podcast carrier from iNet to iHeartRadio, Google Play, all those carry us. And we're also on shortwave, a very famous shortwave station, WBCQ. We're on 7490 every week. Actually, our show's on Thursday on shortwave. And we're on 7490. So if you're hearing us out there on shortwave, we'd love to hear from you, hear from where you are in the world, and what kind of signal that you might be picking up there. Send us an email to Tom at W5KUB.com. Tom at W5KUB.com. And, okay, well, let's just jump here real quick. Take a second here, and we're going to hear Roundtable Band. This is the band we had at Huntsville, Alabama, and we're thinking about bringing the band back together. So here we go.
I twist the knob, the shack comes alive, this is my job. LEDs glow, antennas high, another night beneath the sky. I'm calling out, hear that tone, across the globe I'm not alone. The net's alive and I'm checking in, let the conversation begin. We're at the amateur radio roundtable, we're all plugged in, solid and stable.
By the way, guys, that's me on a saxophone in the back if you can't make it out.
On a breadboard base, Brett's breaking news from a distant place. Tom's at the helm like a seasoned vet, streaming it live on the internet. Antenna swing, the skip is long, we're singing the ham radio song. Spin that dial, let's catch some heat. 40 meters never felt so sweet. Look at the amateur radio roundtable with coax lines and power cables, Deeks, Patricians, QSLs. We got more ham than a southern belle from KW5GP to WI7BG. We're working the world wild and free. Well, yeah, rocking worldwide. Mic in hand and a call sign, pride. Oh yeah, the amateur radio roundtable, story strong and signal stable. So key it up and call your name in this wild RF Hall of Fame. From KW5GP to you and me, we're hamming hard 7 to 3.
All right, that's probably enough of that. You guys have heard it before, but hey, I like hearing it, man. It's fun. Hey, by the way, a couple of our band members there have dropped out, and we're going to be having auditions here pretty soon for a couple more band members. And if you'd like to audition with us, we'd love to have you there. So let Brett know he's handling all the musical aspects of the show here. All right. Well, hey, we're gonna have a good show tonight. I got my voice back. For those that maybe have just tuned in, I had surgery 5 or 6 weeks ago, and they kind of did it like they do on one of these horror films. They cut my throat like right here, and I was a little worried about that, but I let them do it anyway. And then they kind of peel everything back and squish it back, and then they go back in there and they repair a disc, and then they put you back together, and everything is kind of bruised in there, and it don't work for about 6 weeks. So anyway, I'm happy, and I'm back, and I'm glad to be on the show tonight. All right, Let's jump around here. Glenn's got a big old smile on his face there. Let's check in with Glenn first and see what he's got going. Glenn, have you finished the book yet?
Yes, I have. I finished it last Monday, a week ago.
Yeah.
And it is turned in, so we're going to be in the editing and layout process now. Yeah, that's the new book. The dummy, of course, is the guy that wrote it.
Well, I tried to put on there written by dummies, but it wouldn't put it on here.
Yeah. But they're now in the layout phase, so once they get that done, the target is going to be to have it out in time for Dayton, but there's a good chance it'll make it out for Orlando as well. So we got a shot. And we're already talking about the next round of books, talking about Arduino books, and hopefully going to be working on another special project. That's what I need to talk to you about, Tom.
Okay.
But,
All right.
we'll have to do that off the air before I commit you to it.
Yeah. Well, okay. We'll talk. We'll talk after the show, and we'll figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Have you got that tower up yet?
No, it is in the backyard. I need to order the bolts that go in the ground, and then I need to have the hole dug and put concrete in so I can get the base down. But in the meantime, I've been to 2 hamfests in the past 2 weeks. We'll talk about both of them, the Petit Jean Mountain Hamfest and the Crowley Ridge just this past weekend. We had a lot of fun at Crowley Ridge, though, but we'll let Michael talk to you about that one.
Hey, first I thought the Petit Jean was the same time as this other one you went to this weekend. No?
No, Petit Jean was the week before. This weekend it was Perryville and one other one that
Gotcha.
Crowley's Ridge conflicted with, but I was going to go to Crowley's Ridge one way or another. It's too much fun over there.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. I'm itching to get out and go to some more hamfests here.
Well, Nixa is on the 8th.
Who is that? Where?
Nixa, Missouri. That's just on the other side of Branson. That may be a bit far for you.
Yeah, man. Branson. I don't know. You know what? I've been wanting to go back up to Branson anyway. See, I could make that county a little vacation.
I won a DMR radio up there last year.
I could do a little. I could do a little vacation up there and then go to the hamfest. Yeah.
There you go.
Might
and let's see. I'm also going to be doing an Arduino forum there this year, and that's on Saturday, November the 8th.
November the 8th. Okay.
Yeah.
November the 8th. That seems like a famous date. I'm trying to think what that was. November the 8th. That wasn't, I don't know.
You got me.
I think it's some World War II date.
Well, Veterans Day is around that time.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Maybe Brett can look it up. November the 8th. Brett, what's November the 8th, Brett? It's something. It's something. It's when we invaded, or when we went to Normandy, or it's the beginning of World War II or something.
No, Normandy was June.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, let's go back to when did Pearl Harbor get bombed? Was that like
that was December 7th.
December 7th. Oh, you were talking about November 8th, right?
November 8th, yeah.
Oh, they were in the planning stage in November. That's what it was.
They were planning it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, very good.
X-rays were discovered on November the 8th, 1895.
X-rays, cool.
There you go.
All right. I knew it was a famous day for something there. Man. All right.
Also, Montana became the 41st U.S. state in 1889 on November 8th.
There you go.
That wasn't too long ago, man. Okay. All right. Let's jump over to Brett there. Brett, did you lose power when that happened? You're going to have to do sign language.
Brett,
you're going to have to do sign language.
Brett, you have no audio.
Okay, do I have audio now?
You sure
There
do.
you go.
Good. Okay. Well, had a little adventure. I lost power all right, and what you see here, if I can make it share the right thing, because this is
Oh,
vmix and it's a little complicated to do. Um, what happened up the alley from me? There we go. Is that a piece of vital infrastructure fell apart here? That is a disconnect that they use to connect and disconnect a transformer from the high tension 15 kilovolt power lines, and the insulator broke. So right here you can see where it broke in two. And so we had 15 kilovolts dangling right there, and none of it was getting to the transformer that powered my house. This had two side effects. First of all, I was in the dark, and my UPSs were beeping, and I was starting to run out of power. And second of all, it actually knocked out some equipment. I have surge protectors on them, but it did manage to knock out a power supply, which I used to power one of my base station radios, as well as an LCD monitor. It was just such a great spike that it got through all of my surge protectors. So they went ahead, and eventually a crew came out to fix it, and you can see what they have to do. Because it's 15 kilovolts and they don't want to turn off all the power to everybody, they have to do it. They have to fix things sort of by remote control. And so this fellow here had a very long insulated stick that he used to unscrew the connectors, and then he was able to go up and put in a new disconnect and reconnect everything. So for a while, and again, I lost that power supply. So I was looking around for a new power supply for my radios. And let's see if I can come back here. I'd like to stop sharing now. Let's see if I can do this. There, I'm back. Okay. And so I was looking around for a new power supply, and trying to find some hams in the area who might have one that would work for me. And I found out that one did, and he was going to an event this coming weekend, which was for the Boy Scouts. It's called JOTA, Jamboree on the Air, and they were having a JOTA camp out and cook out, and and sort of a field day out there. So I went out and picked up the new power supply, and when I did, they gave me a present. I'll show you what it is here. It's a kit to make a measuring tape yagi
Yeah.
for 2 meters, and it has everything here. They even sanded the paint off the ends of the pieces of measuring tape.
That's
They
cool.
gave me a little cable here with an SMA connector on the end. It's a male SMA connector, which is good for most HTs. There are some that there are some HTs where the connector is male, and of course then I'm going to have to use an adapter to make it do the right thing. And so maybe I'll build this, and the next time the space station passes over, I'll be able to get better images than I can with just my regular base station antenna.
All right. Well, do that and give us a report.
Oh, I will. I'd like to see if it improves my my SSTV reception.
All right. What else is going on here? Let's see. You done any more with your GMRS stuff?
I will have to get a picture of it for you, but I have the antenna that you gave me mounted nicely up on the roof, and I'm able to get GMRS all the way from the far end of the Laramie Valley. I'm in Laramie, Wyoming, and the shoulder of the valley is more than 30 miles away, and someone with a little FRS HT is still audible all the way back here because the antenna has a lot of gain. They can hear me and I can hear them, and you're allowed to talk under certain circumstances. You're allowed to talk to FRS radios over GMRS, and so I was testing that. I also have some GMRS radios which have more power and can transmit through repeaters, so I can go a really long way with those. And yeah, it's working great.
All right. Good. All right. Anything else planned?
Well, let's see. The last Hamfest in the area here of the year has taken place. It was Barkfest in Longmont, Colorado. But there is an event coming up that I plan to go to down in Denver. They have a Tech Fest, which is an all-day event consisting of technical talks. They do this in the Denver area. I believe it's going to be in Lakeview, Colorado, at a church conference room, and they're going to spend a whole day giving technical talks, and they'll give out a few prizes. Anyone who's in the Rocky Mountain region, if you're interested in going to that, look up Denver Tech Fest, and you'll find it.
All right. Well, give us a report again when you get there. Would love to know more about it.
I sure will. They usually do after the event. They usually do post the talks on YouTube if you're interested. And so, if there's anything that's exciting or was a really good talk, I'll be glad to point it out and point people to it.
Okay. Well, great. All right. Well, hey, let's bring Michael in here. Michael Knight, KK4 IOH, and I think Michael's going to tell us about. Yeah, I think Michael's going to tell us about now, was the Hamfest called Hamfest 2025? Is that the name of it, or?
5th Annual CRARC Hamfest.
Yeah, well, maybe I was looking at a different flyer because it said Hamfest 2025 on it.
CRA.
Yeah, that was at the top. So Crowley's Ridge Amateur Radio Club.
Okay, cool.
Pointing to the wrong side.
Other side.
All right. Well, bad weather came in Saturday night, but I think y'all had great weather Saturday during the daytime. So how did it go? How was the turnout?
Yeah, we had a good turnout for the Hamfest, even with 2 other Hamfests occurring in the state of Arkansas where we are. I think that none of us knew that we were doing Hamfest at the same time when it all started. At least that's the feedback I heard from people involved at the other groups, at least. But we still had a good turnout, and it gets better every year. So this was the 5th year that we had the Hamfest. I wasn't originally involved in the club when this all started, so I think it's my 3rd Hamfest with them. Yeah.
Now it seems like there was another one up on Crowley's Ridge. It was a little further north. Is that part of this one?
So we have a spring event, yes, that's at Crowley's Ridge State Park. And Glenn, I think you were at that one maybe last year. You were there this year because we did our inaugural fox hunt this year.
Yeah,
yes,
the one north of there, I think probably 2 years ago I attended. Glenn and I were up here a couple years ago. Yeah, okay. Well, look, I've got some pictures here. I've got the pictures that both you and Glenn sent us. If you want to talk to it, I'll bring the pictures up, and you can just kind of, tell us what you want to tell us about it.
Oh, we did a fox hunt, second one that we've done with this group, and so we're kind of in the beginning stages of teaching and learning how to do amateur radio direction finding. That's what.
Wait a minute. What? Stand by. I got to set your voice up to stay on. Why didn't my production person do that? Let's see. I got to set your voice to stay on. When I go to a picture, that and automatically mix. Let's do that. I think this will fix it. All right. Do you have let's see if you got audio now, Michael.
All right, testing.
All right, you got audio now. Let's see if you got audio when I go to the pictures here. Let's see.
All right.
All right. Okay, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, now we got your audio to stay on when we go to other pictures. All right. Well, here's a picture, nice and sunny.
Yep. So you'll see some tape measure Yagis, same thing that Brett was holding up. So Brett, your antenna will be excellent. It's actually one of the best antennas to use for a fox hunt because it has good front to back. It has gain, directivity, everything that you need. encouraged the group to build some antennas, and actually that's Eric you saw in the very first picture, KR4DGL. He's actually a friend of mine from about 30 years ago, and he got
What was that?
licensed about 3 months ago. There's Eric.
Yeah, okay.
And Eric has only been a ham for 3 months, and Bill the Yagi came out and did the fox hunt with us. And the Yagi worked very well. It actually works better than the antenna that I normally use. I use an elk, which is, of course, a log periodic. And you can hear the fox on both front and back on a log periodic. So it will send you the wrong direction sometimes. But that makes it kind of fun.
Well, the guy that won the Russellville fox hunt here a few months ago, he used a henny-talkie in a pie pan. That's what his antenna was. He held a pie pan.
David,
yeah,
KD4NOQ, who you probably remember, Tom, got me into fox hunting along with Dwayne, N5XUL. And David liked to build antennas, and I saw him show up with double stacked quads, just loops, all kinds of interesting antennas. So this is definitely one part of the hobby that it touches so many other things you can do, like antenna buildings, for example, is important for this. So, we had a group of a bunch of first-time fox hunters. I think only one person in the group, other than me, is experienced in fox hunting. So Glen was our fox to make it all fun, and Glen is fun to have as a fox. I thought that I wouldn't torture him because on the first fox, he got to hike all through Crowley's Ridge State Park, through the woods and back up.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Was he moving during the fox hunt?
Yes.
He did move around during the fox hunt.
That's not good. Man.
I was told to. I did exactly what I was told. Well, not exactly what I was told to.
Yeah. Man.
It was open for whatever he wanted to do. And I did have the transmitter turned down to 0.05 milliwatts. So that made it kind of fun. And he was inside the building, and I took the group outside to start because the building was metal. And so we talk about, terrain, reflections, what metal can do. And we got to see that when we were outside. We didn't know that Glen was moving around, and the signal definitely moved around on us from even outside. So we actually, you see me holding a little loop right now. So I was just kind of showing the group all the different kinds of antennas that I have that you could use, and kind of teaching them what we're going to do as we start moving around. So rather than doing it in a competitive way, we did it as a group so that everybody could kind of learn from each other.
And let me tell you what, that log periodic is phenomenal.
Same group here.
So
let's see.
Yeah, same group. We went around the building, so I showed them, you don't just point, find the transmitter, and head for it, because of, obviously, terrain can cause problems, which we had that problem at the spring hunt that we did. I put the group at our starting point behind a hill, and that led them to go the wrong way because they could only hear the signal from the wrong direction when they were pointing around. But so this time we did go in a circle around the building outside and basically triangulate from 3 points. And an interesting thing, at one of the points, the bearing was a little bit different. And I think the metal from the building, there was a garbage dumpster and an air conditioner outside. And then our fox was moving around at the same time too. So that made it real interesting. But then when we went to the second location, we kind of had a real good idea that we needed to go inside the building. So there's the log. It's just an elk. It's nothing super special, but I've carried it on airplanes. It breaks down to be a very small antenna. So that's one of the reasons that I carry that around and use it.
Mm-hmm.
There we are pointing the wrong way. So that was the.
It took you guys a long time to get inside. That's for sure.
we were doing a lot of learning, so we there was a lot of talking. So we did head inside, and I just stayed with the group and had my head looking at the equipment, just to prove that there's so many different things you can use. I had a spectrum analyzer with me that I used for part of the fox hunt rather than using a radio. So that was interesting, and it was just beeped as the amplitude of the signal increased, and the beeps got louder and faster and higher pitched tone. We got inside the building, and I never one time saw Glenn in the building the whole time. I was just looking at the group and looking at my equipment and telling them what was going on. And the signal was getting strong, and I guess he was moving around because we had to move around the building in a circle trying to find him. And finally, the signal was just too strong, and I decided I needed to get an attenuator. So we got an attenuator and hooked that up and narrowed the signal down a lot. And the team all kind of agreed in a direction. And we went right back over where we had been previously, and there was Glenn.
But see, what he's not mentioning is before he ran and got the attenuator, I actually walked up behind the hunting group and kind of played interested spectator for a couple minutes.
You guys,
as part of all that.
You guys are mean. that should be against the law.
This looks like fun, and took off.
Yeah. Well, the goal there was to just overwhelm their receivers, and see what you had to do.
Look, hey, I just looked up on Chat GPT here. I asked the FCC question, and first Glenn, were you the one that did that moving around?
Yes.
Okay. I'll talk to you after the show about it. It's not looking good for you.
KC7DRI asked a question in the chat if you normally tell if the fox is stationary or not. Usually when you go on a fox hunt, it could be for a lot of different reasons. It might be because you're looking for interference. You could use it in a search and rescue. If it was interference, it might be a moving target. The person that's maliciously jamming a repeater might be driving around or walking around or something. So I did not tell them that Glenn would be moving.
And I was going to be as malicious as I possibly could, so I had to fit the role. But let me tell you
Glenn,
what, when
were
he
leading the
finally
pack
got
in
that
circles.
pretty much. But when Michael got that attenuator in and I saw what he had, I'm like, it's over. And he literally took that log periodic and the attenuator and literally walked up to me, pointed the antenna to my left pocket, and that's where it was. He literally nailed it that close. Yeah. It was quite impressive.
And just to make sure it wasn't wrong, we did thoroughly scan Glenn and didn't find any other transmitters on him.
No cell phone.
There was one that was missing from the drawing, but I put it back before I could get caught.
AC5CM is asking what my favorite product to use for the fox hunt. Do you mean a radio or an antenna? I use a Kenwood F6. That's my favorite handheld to use because it has a wideband receiver on it, and it has an attenuator on it that you can turn on. I think it's 20 dB. So that's been very helpful. It's been a great radio because you can do everything from the front panel. I don't recommend a lot of the Chinese radios, but I have seen people find a fox first using a Baofeng. What I found is the signal meter's not really useful. It's kind of all or nothing or in the middle. But if you have an attenuator, a good directional antenna, sometimes just listening with your ear, moving off frequency when you start to get close, and especially going over to the third harmonic if it's a powerful fox. That didn't work for us Saturday because we were looking for one that was putting out 0.05 milliwatts. You could only hear it for about 3 inches on the third harmonic.
Man. All right. Do you know who AC5CM is?
I do. That
Oh.
that call sounds very familiar to me.
Yeah.
All right.
He's been the topic of some conversations actually recently.
Oh, really?
I think one of his buddies from here in West Memphis is supposed to tell him to get on the repeater system and talk to us sometime.
Well, how can he access the repeater?
Well, Tom, so your old repeater,
Yeah.
147.15, is on All Star,
Oh, okay.
and we're part of a link system now that covers Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, a good bit of Missouri, including the Boot Hill, and a smidge of Kentucky.
All right. Well, hey, sometime I want to talk repeaters with you and maybe the history of and what all you guys have done. You guys have done amazing things over here with those repeaters. That's a different
Actually,
subject.
the dish that is behind me is on its way to go take care of another one of your old repeaters, 444775. It's been plagued by some intermittent internet problems. So
Oh, wow. Okay,
we've
we'll
got a
talk
new
about that'll be a
dish for
separate
that.
subject, and we'll talk about that some other time.
Yeah.
So back to your pictures. Let's see what we got here. Let's see.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of showing them things that I use. Basically, not to use an adapter that just goes straight from SMA to SO239, to use something with a pigtail. That gives some strain relief.
Yeah.
It helps not damage your port on your handheld.
So what is that? Is that just a vertical?
That's just a
No,
piece of
that's just
coax,
a
actually.
loop of coax.
Oh, that's a piece of coax here. Okay.
Yeah, that's just a pigtail.
Okay, looks pretty straight. You know, it looked like 3 feet long or something. I didn't know. I was thinking, okay, if
Yeah.
you put a whip like that on your handy-talkie, you definitely do need a strain relief, or you're gonna probably, mess it up here. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Well, I don't know if it's
So let's see.
started or ending here.
Yeah, I think we've come
See,
all the way around.
But the weather
Not
was
yet.
perfect, man. The weather was just perfect there.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good. Now, I've got 2 pictures that Glenn sent me from inside. It looked like you didn't have a lot of activity inside. Looks like everybody was outside having a good time.
Well, that gang was outside, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see what Glenn sent here. I think I can do it here.
Yeah. I mean, the turnout was pretty good, but there was only 2 tables with stuff on it, mine and another
Is
gentleman.
that right? Wow. Well,
Yeah.
but look at that, man. It's brightly lit up. It's clean. It looks nice.
Oh, it was beautiful inside.
Man, that would be a good. Hopefully next year we can get a lot more people in here.
Well, most of the folks, as you can see, were on the other side of the place. I mean, I must have forgotten to take a shower that morning or
Yeah.
something.
Well. Yeah.
But
Hmm.
they did have fresh
It's different
coffee
when you
down
have
back
showers.
that way.
Yeah. Did you pick that table or did they assign it to you?
I picked it. I wanted to be
Oh,
next to
okay.
the other guys.
I thought maybe they knew about you, but okay, that's fine. All right.
No, Michael knows about me, but he just puts up with me.
So let's see.
I've been with Glenn for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah.
I don't know. There we go. There's another picture.
Yeah, I've known Michael, gosh, forever it seems like.
Glenn, we met right after I got licensed. Did my first field day with
Yeah.
you at Obark and Olive Branch, and many
Okay.
field days
Yeah.
after that, winter and summer.
Yeah, that would be like 2014 or so, 2015. Thereabout. So
Yeah, I was licensed in 2012, so
Yeah, John saying I wanted to be close to the prize table. Actually, the prize table was at the other end of the hall.
Oh no, man.
But well, that was the other thing is, while they were doing the fox hunt, I was just kind of roaming around doing my best to be invisible. So yeah, I sat in front of the prize table and looked at all the prizes and just played a hamfest participant there and just trying not to be noticed, and it was really fun watching them. And then, like I say, once Michael got that attenuator, it was game over almost immediately.
I didn't see you until I was standing right in front of you.
Yeah.
Must have been
No,
really
you
crowded
were-
then.
Once you had that attenuator going, it took you straight to me. There was nowhere I could go to get away.
All right. Well, it looks like and sounds like you guys had a great time, and the weather worked out just perfect for you.
Yeah, I got all the way
Yeah.
home, and I had about an hour or two before it hit here. So yeah, I mean, it was a perfect day.
Yeah, the
Totally.
rain didn't hit here till late night here. So, yeah.
I came
Well-
home, got food, and was standing by to do Skywarn Net, but fortunately we didn't have to activate that. So
All right. All right. Anything else
Yeah,
you
the plug came through
we're
here
missing
quick.
here? We need to talk about the Hamfest.
well, we'll have another SWAT Fest on the Ridge in March. So hopefully y'all will come up for that.
I'll try
And
to.
next October, hopefully we'll, I don't know, you can bring some gear, Tom, and sell it at the Hamfest in October. We need more stuff on the tables. I came home with a
I'll
lot of
have more
money, and I
stuff.
don't usually do that at Hamfest.
No,
At Mina,
That
I
was-
had a whole stack of things. So
Yeah, I've got
I filled the back of
I've
a
got a
truck
number of
up
things here to put on the
twice
table
in
too.
Dayton.
Yeah, I've got some things to bring up there. I need to get rid of either get rid of it on eBay or maybe at the Hamfest. But
Tom,
Yeah,
I
and
was asked
actually
by
for
Alan.
me-
Sorry. Tom, I was asked by
Go ahead.
Alan N5ALN if you use all that gear behind you. I think he's already trying to price it out.
all the, but behind me, well, let's see. I use I use a lot of it.
he's used a lot of it.
I use a lot of it. Yeah, I would say I've used about 75% of it. You know, some of it's duplicate. You know, like the SWR or antenna analyzers, and I've got 2 scopes there and a couple of different. What are they? A couple different spectrum analyzers. That's the word I was thinking about.
Spectrum analyzers.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
2 birds back behind you.
Several lab power supplies. Somebody's that little blue thing on the top shelf on the left side. That's a Sabtronics digital meter, and that was a kit, and I built that. I built that in about 1971 when it came out. Somebody in the chat room noticed that and identified it as a Sabtronics meter. I don't guess that person's on tonight. Is the Sabtronics guy on tonight? And I got a
actually
couple
thought that was an old fluke.
birds up there, and some dummy loads.
Is that a classic Simpson meter there near it?
And,
Yes.
yeah, down right there's a Simpson 260. You know, I like that.
Yep.
I grew up with the Simpson 260 meter.
They had a nice triplet one that looked a lot like that at the Mina Hamfest that I couldn't walk away from.
Yeah, triplet. Okay, I've got a triplet here. I was going to sell at the Hamfest. I don't have room to put anything else up there. Of course, I probably wouldn't really use it. Okay. Well, hey, it sounds good. It sounds like you guys had a great time.
We had fun.
We'll.
I was going to say the drive over there, it was a different drive for me. My GPS took me on a more northerly route. Let's see, it was I-57
Or
over
Walnut
to
Ridge.
Jonesboro area. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then down. That was a very pleasant drive to and from. I didn't have to deal with I-40 at all. So that was
Yeah.
I was surprised that it didn't take me on I-40, but it was a really enjoyable drive both ways.
All right. We
Well,
got a
I'd
couple
like
of
to throw an invitation out. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'd like to throw an invitation out if anybody's in the Jonesboro area to come visit us at our club meetings. They're on the 3rd Thursday at 7 o'clock at First Community Bank at 630 Southwest Drive. And we'd love to meet and greet and maybe teach you something or learn something with you.
Yeah, is that in Jonesboro?
That's in Jonesboro.
Okay. All right.
Very
And
cool.
Michael, you go up there for for the meeting?
I do. They actually convinced me to take a board position. So
Wow.
for 2025, I've been a vice president there, in addition to the board positions that I sit on in Memphis. So working on a fox hunt with Delta Club, and we're going to reach out to the other clubs in the Memphis area, hopefully Obark, Glenn's old club, Neshoba, and the group in Tipton and Tipton County, and try to do an exercise with all of the clubs.
All right. Well, great.
Now,
Well,
you've moved to Arkansas, Michael,
it's a
haven't
decent
you?
drive. It's a decent drive for you up here. For me to get around Memphis and across that bridge, that's even more difficult. But I guess from where you are, it's a pretty clean shot up here.
Yeah, it is. It's a good
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
I can get to Jonesboro to a club meeting at about the same amount of time it takes me to get to a Delta Club meeting in Memphis. So, but yeah, Glenn, to answer your question, I've moved across the bridge, so I'm in Arkansas now.
Okay. I
Okay.
thought you did, yeah.
All right, guys. Hey,
And then,
thank you.
Brett's
thank
wanting to know, is that a microtick behind you?
It is. So I'll come and bring my cast of nerds sometimes, and we'll talk about the MikroTik gear that we have running as a HamWAN system to link a bunch of repeaters, including one of Tom's former repeaters, up to the internet.
All right.
We've got Mesh, which
I was
Glenn's
gonna say,
been
do you have
learning
Mesh up
running
there?
over it. Yeah, we do have some sites with Mesh running.
Yeah, Michael and his group there really helped me a great deal on the HamWAN portion of my current book. So, yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah.
All right. Hey,
That's
guys.
good. Well,
Thank
you know,
you.
I do
Thank
wiki
you.
stuff.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for, and Glenn for sharing that about the Hamfest there. We
Thanks, Tom.
Really,
Oh, that
we
was fun.
appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Glenn, for being the Fox. We'll see you guys later.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
All right.
Totally
Hey, you're
enjoyed
welcome.
it.
Hey, stick
See ya.
with us. We've got several things coming up, and next we're going to have Brett talk about a few things. But let me tell you what's coming up. I got something coming up, and I'm going to tell you. I'm going to talk about something that most of you guys don't even know about, and it's on this board right here. It's on that
Oh,
board
that
right
looks
there.
familiar.
And it's on it's on that board right there, and it's a special
Okay.
part. It's a special part. It's not a normal part. It's a special part, and hey, it's on that board right there. And I'll show it to you in a minute. And I'll tell you what it is. But in my 60 or 70 years of being electronics and building and stuff, I never really paid it much attention. I kind of knew what it did, but I never used one. And I never knew they came in two different types. Kind of like you got male and female. Well, you got two different types of this thing right here. It's not male and female, though. I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you all about that in a minute, and I'm gonna see if anybody knows what I'm talking about. All right. Let's take a quick break here. We'll be right back, and then Brett, you get your stuff together, and we'll go with that, and then we'll talk about the secret component I've got over here. ICOM's IC7760 is a pinnacle of base station excellence for amateur radio enthusiasts. Designed to deliver unmatched performance, the IC7760 features state-of-the-art technology, exceptional RF clarity, and an intuitive interface, all housed in a sleek and durable design. This base station features a separate remote control head and RF deck, providing enhanced flexibility for installation. Place the RF deck closer to the antenna feed point, freeing up space on your desk. You can also connect the control head to the RF deck through your home network, enabling remote operation from anywhere in your home without needing a PC. Pair the IC7760 with a powerful IC-PW2 linear amplifier and take your contesting experience to the next level with ICOM's industry-first linear amplifier. Together, they redefine what's possible in amateur radio. For more information about ICOM's amateur radios, please visit icomamerica.com/amateur. All right, guys, we are back, and let's go to Brett. See what he's got lined up for us tonight. Go ahead, Brett.
Okay, well, let's see. One thing I wanted to talk about is a little more about my experience this last weekend. I had to replace that power supply, and it was the power supply that powers my 50-watt base station 2-meter and 70 centimeter radio. And I needed to figure out, well, gee, what kind of power supply do I need and what sort of capacity does it need to have? And so I used what's called what engineers call the rule of three. And I'll transition over here so you can see the calculation. The general rule is that whatever it is that you're trying to power, or well, in the case of networks, everything that you're trying to provide with networking, you take the expected capacity and you multiply it by 3. And that's what I sort of have here sketched out. If you have a 50-watt radio and you want to figure out what what power draw you should be prepared for, you should multiply the output power by 3, and you get 150 watts, and that's about as much power as as the radio will probably draw. Transmitters are inefficient; they're remarkably inefficient, and the better ones are the better ones more than the worse ones. So you need to figure on providing the radio with 3 times the power that actually is going to come out the antenna. So if you do that and you take a look at the your basic equations, well, as everyone knows who has passed the technician exam, P equals VI. And so P over V equals I, where I is the current. And so you take your 150 watts, you divide it by 12 volts. You're really getting a little more voltage out of a typical power supply, but let's use 12 to be conservative, and you get 12.5 amps. So I realized I probably needed at least 12.5 volts, and so I looked on eBay for a 15 amp power supply. And sure enough, there was a ham there who was selling a 15 amp linear power supply. And I really like linear power supplies because they don't make noise. They generally don't have fans. And they're just rock solid, and they're also more resistant to being blown out by the kind of surge that I had. The surge that I had blew out a switching power supply, so I decided I wanted to go with a linear one. And I found a fellow online who was selling it, and he was just the same distance from me as that Jamboree on the Air camp out was. And I realized, hey, this is probably someone who's going to go to that. So I went to the Jamboree on the Air, and sure enough, he was there. And I said, well, I'll offer you this much for the power supply, and bought it from him on the spot. So I was able to get a nice 15 amp linear power supply, which I now have working on the radio, and it worked great. Now, as I mentioned, this rule of 3 doesn't just apply to power supplies. When you're doing computer networking, in general, if you have a link going from point A to point B and the equipment is rated at a certain number, you want it to be really reliable, always multiply by 3 and get equipment that claims to have 3 times the capacity. That way you can be sure if there's congestion on the network, it doesn't actually slow you down because you have sufficient overhead. And so, again, the rule, it's just a general thing. Always, if you're trying to figure out how much to overrate anything, use the rule of 3. But anyway, that's pretty much what I had to say about that. It's all through ham radio there are situations where you need to estimate the capacity of something, and again, that rule comes into play.
Well, I think the rule of 3 also comes into effect in things you own. Like you get to own 3 HF radios and 3 VHF radios. That. Seems like
when it comes to building things, you need 3 of each part because you're going to blow one. And you're going to be real nervous about that second one. But if you've got that third as a backup, you're a little braver.
Yeah. Now, the rule of 3 does not count when you're talking about micro miniature surface mount technology.
Uh-oh.
You may be it may be 5 or 10 instead of 3. Once you drop that,
this sounds like the voice of experience.
Yeah. Once you drop that 0402 resistor or capacitor, it's smaller than a flea, man. You ain't gonna find it. Just go get you another one. All right. Well,
Well, I've
that's
had to
interesting. I
cover
hadn't thought
times
about that.
with
But so there's a real thing called Rule 3. I never knew that.
I'd
Yep,
heard
it's
it, but I
it's a
really
real
hadn't
thing.
ever followed up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's just a good reference for estimating things. The other reason why the rule of three sometimes comes into play is because people will cheat on the specifications of things. For
Yeah.
example, when you have the internet radios and you have a point to point link from point A to point B, very often they will add the bandwidth in one direction to the bandwidth in the other direction and claim that as the bandwidth of the system. And so if you have a 100 megabit link from point A to point B, it really may only be 50 in each direction. And so if you use the rule of three, you'll at least get some. You'll at least have some chance of getting close to what they told you.
Yeah, probably so. I bought several of these Chinese power supplies. The little flat silver box type. Got the screw terminals on the ends, and
Oh,
they
yes.
don't come anywhere near the rating they claim. So I can see
Yep.
how that would
Well,
help.
You have little wall warts like this one,
Yeah.
and yes, it pays to overrate these by a factor of 3 too, because a lot of the time this is normally if you have trouble with any piece of electronic equipment that has a DC power supply, this is usually what goes bad. It's usually not the equipment itself. It's usually the little power supply.
Yeah.
If you buy an overrated one, it might still go out if it's cheap in Chinese, but you have a much better shot of keeping it if it's overrated.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, years ago, we were at a field day over in Benton County, Mississippi. And when we got set up, we had horrendous noise and we couldn't figure it out. And we're like, we can't do the field day with this.
Yeah.
And we were actually packing up to go home, and I shut down the laptop. Turned out to be our Dell power supply was just as noisy as you could possibly imagine. So fortunately, we had a backup for it, and that got us through the field day. But one noisy power supply just about took us out.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, and
All
if
right.
people are working digital modes, that comes into play more and more. If they're just logging on the computer.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to move on to the mystery component?
Well, did you
Mystery
want to do the
component,
Petty
I'd
Jean
like to
stuff
see that.
or not?
Petty Jean stuff? You got Petty Jean stuff?
Yeah, I got Petty Jean pictures.
Oh, okay. Let's do them.
Okay. Let's see here. See if I
You're
can
gonna-
find them.
Yeah. And then we'll talk about the mystery part.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna get my computer to do things, and it's not made to do
Hey,
this.
by the way, thank you guys for running the show the last 5 or 6 weeks since I have not been here. You've done a great job in doing it. Glenn only had like 1 or 2 computer problems during the whole 5 weeks, so things look pretty good.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
Brett's at
learning,
work
Joe.
a lot
I'm
better.
not a master video producer like you are, but I'm getting
Well,
better.
I'm not a master. In fact, every week when I get down, sit down to this thing here, I forget how to do something, and I have to figure it out. And I don't know. I won't talk anymore about this, but thank you for doing it. It seems like you have mastered that. What's it? The Streamlabs Talk Studio. That's what it's called. I haven't used it in a long time, but seems like you've got it figured out pretty good.
Yeah, well, it's gotten better since it was called Melon all those years ago.
Melon reminds me of the Melon that went back to college. You know who I'm talking about? Anybody know who I'm talking about? Chat room. The chat room. His name was Melon. He went back to college.
No.
He was an old guy. He went back to college. He wouldn't read any books because he could watch the movie and save a lot of time. And he would he bought a new building for the school and something Melon. Come on, guys. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Come on, chat room. It's a movie. It's a movie. It's a comedy. Back to school. There we go.
There we go.
I don't know if you guys saw that movie or not. Rodney Dangerfield.
No, not me. Caddyshack.
No, it wasn't Caddyshack. It was
Was
Back
it
to School.
Caddyshack?
Back to School.
Back to School, yes, with Rodney Dangerfield. Yes, yes.
Yeah. All right, how you do? Oh, you got the pictures up. Are we ready to show them?
Finally
Talk
got
about
the
it?
pictures, yeah.
All right, let me see if I
Yeah.
can figure out how to get you on here. Here we go. Go right ahead.
Okay, this is Petit Jean Mountain over in central Arkansas, looking towards the southeast. Hot Springs is off in the distance there, about 50 miles. But this is a mountain, small mountain, that kind of just jumps straight up out of the ground. This is the leading edge of the Ozarks. And this was on the way home from the Hamfest, but you have to drive past this section, and it's actually a state park, and there's a legend surrounding the name Petit Jean. And it's a really cool legend, but this is the view from the top of the mountain there. And this is looking almost straight east, right at the edge of the cliff. And
That'd
you
be
can
good
just
for
see how-
portable. That'd be portable, man. You could set up right there.
Yes, yes. And I mean, it just, you can see you are the highest thing for miles around there. And it's really, it's like the Mount Nebo area for VHF contests and stuff.
Yeah.
You could work a long way. And then there's the Hamfest itself it was two sides. They had the indoors where they had food and drinks and everything. And then on the other side, they had the tables. They had maybe 8 tables set up. But this was some of the folks that were there. And this was the Meshtastic from the top of that mountain. And this Steve, too, was actually a repeater there on the Petit Jean Mountain. He was 1,027 feet above sea level. And these were some of the folks I saw. And I didn't get to see or take a screenshot of the best one, but this Steve had several other sites, and I was seeing one of his in Hot Springs, 53 miles away. And this is just what, correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, but it's like 100 milliwatts on the Meshtastic. This was a Heltec 3, and then I had a T-Lora as well. So very low power.
Yeah.
And this is
Most of
this is the
the
Meshtastic.
nodes are low power.
Yeah. But I just brought 2 along with me for the fun of it, and this is what I was getting from up there. And then
Yeah. Here in West Memphis, I often see the guys over in Little Rock or Huntsville in the morning during Tropo, even at those low power
cool.
levels.
well, once I get my tower up, I'm going to have mine up on the tower.
Yes.
But
I bought one of those at Huntsville.
Cool.
Very same rig. It's a classic UHF VHF.
Now this Hamfest was in memorial to Randy. Think it's WD5BOC, and they had some outstanding prizes. They had a pair of ICOM 7100s. They had the 2730. They gave away a ton of prizes, and sure enough, the 2730 came home with me, and then I didn't get a picture of the winner, but they had a pair of ICOM 7300s. And see if I can't. That's how I get back to myself. They had a pair of ICOM 71, and they were both won by the same gentleman.
The original or the Mark II?
It was the original. But it was a really fun Hamfest, and Mount Petit Jean has always been one of my favorite places. They've got a really bunch of good hiking trails and things like that there, campgrounds. And it's only an hour away from the house. So it was a lot of fun. And of course, winning a new radio. Now, there's only one reason that I won this. And you know what that reason is, Tom?
Don't go there, man. Don't go there.
You weren't there. That's the only way I could have won that. But yeah, it was quite a hamfest from the socializing standpoint, meeting friends, and the prize drawings was just outstanding. The scenery was just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, highly recommend it. But that's what I did the week before Crowley Ridge. So now let's get to your hidden component there, Tom.
Okay. First, I was gonna while you were talking about winning 2 prizes.
Hey, here he goes. He's going into his closet.
No. I'm trying to pull up the guy that won all those prizes. It surprised me. Let's see. Yeah. I can't find it right now. Okay. We won't worry about that. Okay. All right. Well, let's do this. All right. Let's talk about a part that I don't know a whole lot about. I'm learning. And after 65 years in electronics, I'm still learning about it. It's a part that I've really never used or never thought much about using. Let me get it here and show it to you. Well, first of all, let me just say this. I'll tell you what it is. The nomenclature for it is a CX or a CY. Does anybody? Somebody? I see Glen there. He's googling it right now. Glen is googling it. I can tell
I'm
that.
answering
man.
the chat room.
That what?
No, I'm answering the chat room.
No, I don't know. I think you're googling
room.
it. Okay, so in the chat room, let's ask the chat room. Does anybody really know, without googling it, what CX and CY components are?
Sounds like a selenium rectifier.
Well, it might have some selenium in it. Selenium? Let's see. Okay. Well, Chris says capacitors. Well, C normally does, say a capacitor, but these are specifically CX and CY. Now, I bet you Brett knows this. He knows everything. Come on, Brett. You know what it is, right? Don't say it, Brett. You know what it is, right?
I think so.
You think so? Oh, we got to think?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm not positive about this, but I
All right.
think I know.
I did not know. I did not know this. Well, I just didn't know. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you. When I show you, you're going to say, oh, yeah, I know what that is. All right. All right, guys, so look at this power supply. Now, look. You see those little blue things look like capacitors?
Yep.
See that blue
I think
capacitor?
I was right.
That's
Yep.
right by the fuse and right by the transformer. It's
Yep.
it's right there in the power supply. Let's look at another one. Let's look at another power supply. Look, there's another power supply. Look at there. See the blue the blue. Right
It's
there's the
what I
power
thought.
supply.
I told him.
Right there. Let's look at another one here. Oh, look at there. Right there in the power supply. You see the blue?
Oh, is that I think I know now, yeah.
You see the blue?
Yep.
And then,
Yeah.
Should I
let's
tell
see.
him or
there's
should I
one.
wait?
There's one right. Let's see if I can show it right. See it right there, the top left of the screen. Okay. Well, you know what those are.
Yeah, I
They are
think Roger nailed it in the chat room.
They are C and X capacitors, and that is a real designation for them, and they have specific purposes, of course, for eliminating interference and things like that. Now, I'm going to pull up something here.
So they're not MOVs?
I don't know that they're called
that was what I
MOVs.
was
I don't know.
gonna say.
I'm not sure if these are MOVs or not. But let's do this. Let's pull up the screen here. Look at it. Is that big enough? You guys can actually see it. And
Yes.
they have specific places they have to be put. For instance, if you look at
Is blue not a designation for higher power?
well, I don't know yet. I'm learning. So if you look at the way they're placed, let's look at this. See this first one? I've got the mouse going around. That's your power line. You got your neutral and your line and your neutral. The CX capacitor has to always go across the line, across the line and neutral. It goes across there. It just that's where it goes. A class Y, a capacitor, a CY, it goes from one of the lines to ground. Now you can't mix these up. So CX goes across the power lines, and CY goes from one of the power lines to ground. Let's see. There's a nice picture of one right there. They're a special class of capacitors. Let's see what they say here. Safety. They're for safety. Designed and used in AC line filtering. Okay. These safety capacitors are known by other names, including EMI, RFI suppression capacitors, and AC line filters, safety capacitors. Interesting.
They're used to filter differential mode noise.
Yeah. And they're specifically
Never heard of
built.
them.
They're specifically built. If they fail, they go open. Now, I was reading somewhere earlier in some article where the CX, if it fails, it opens, because if it shorts the power line. But I thought I read somewhere earlier the CY, if it fails, it would short. Now, in future reading here, it looks like both of them are designed to fail in open, in an open type environment. So let's see. Let's see. I think I've got some. Let's see. I've got some things bookmarked here, I think. 6CY. Well, I don't have a bunch of this, but we're just going to jump through this thing. We're just going to jump through it. What's CX and CY? Let's see what this guy says about them here. Well, he don't say much.
Looks like software.
Yeah, he didn't say much. Let's see.
I found a webpage.
These
that
are
talks
not.
about
Yeah,
it.
what'd you find? What'd you find?
Well, it's a page that says how to use CX and CY safety capacitors.
Yep. Let's see what I can find here. Here we go. This is probably
So
a better.
let's see if I share.
Yeah.
All these years, and I had never heard of either of those.
I haven't either, and I may have seen them on schematics with a little CX by it, and I thought, well, what's the X? Maybe that designates a number. That's that's C10 or 11 or whatever. But here, the CX capacitors function as filter differential mode noise, which occurs between the line and neutral wires, and it's always placed across the power line. Failure mode designed to fail in a way that it causes. Well, wait a minute. See, here's where it is. It says failure mode designed to fail in a way that causes a short circuit, which will typically trip a fuse or breaker. Now, I read later where both were designed to go bad open, but here's the article I was thinking about. So this thing will short to trip your breaker. That's the CX. The CY, it filters common mode noise, which travels between the power line and the ground. That's interesting. Failure mode It's designed to fail as an open circuit. So the CX is going to fail as a short circuit, and it's going to blow your breaker. But in this article, if the CY fails, it's going to...
Yeah. Well, that makes some sense, because you want to trip your breaker between the
Yeah.
two rails. You don't necessarily want to short your power supply to ground, because you might shock somebody.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, designed to fail as an open circuit. Okay, because see, if the CY did not fail as an open, you possibly would be putting line voltage on your ground, and who knows, what type apparatus you have. You may not be grounded good or something through a plug, and you would actually be putting power line voltage on your ground or your chassis. So they filter different type noises. A CY filters common mode, where the CX filters differential mode. Again, the CX is line to line. The CY is line to ground. Here it's saying the primary risk of fire hazard if failed. That doesn't make sense to me. Typical failure: short circuit and open circuit. Okay.
Well, that's it. If it fails and it shorts, it's a fire hazard.
Yeah, but it's made to fail shorted.
That's what I'm saying. But if it fails, it's going to create a fire hazard.
I think that's what you want to avoid.
Let's look back into time and how many of these switching power supplies we've replaced through the years that were doing just that. Are you saying we could have fixed them with a CX capacitor? Unreal.
Well, I don't know if you could have fixed it. You might have fixed it by taking them out, especially if they were shorted. But anyway, so
I never.
So these capacitors, come in specific values. Let's see. Boy, I'm not doing too good. I had looked a lot of this up. Here we go. I had looked a lot of it up, but there's specific capacitances and specific top voltages, that they can stand. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. Seeing all my days of building from the 60s on, we didn't have these things. And most things nowadays, kind of go into, well, I was going to say go into solid state, but these switching power supplies and everything have them in it. So that's for solid state. Let's see.
Can I do a screenshot?
Yeah, you could do a screenshot. Yeah. Okay. Let me get you in here. There we go.
There we are. So here's a schematic which shows the line coming in from the left-hand side, the chassis ground, and then it's going to between two Class Y common capacitors, which filter out the common mode noise. Then they have a surge protector there next, and then they have the two of those Class X capacitors to filter differential mode noise.
Yeah, and you can see right there the Class X goes across the power line, neutral and the line, and your CYs both go from the line to ground. Interesting.
Yep. Now, these aren't always what fails. In fact, they're probably not usually what fails in the power supplies.
Right.
A lot of the time, I will look at a failed power supply, and I'll find that it's the electrolytic capacitors on the output that have gone south. That's when you start getting crazy voltages, and you start getting all sorts of hum and noise and ripple and stuff like that. So these may not be the most common thing that fails, although I'll bet a surge will take them out.
Yeah. So I wonder, when you have a wall wart, the power pack generating noise, if that could be one of the CYs have gone bad, and it's not filtering out noise. I don't know. but they open.
Interesting.
They open. I don't know. So, okay.
There we go. I'm back.
So, I don't know. It's just interesting. I started reading about them, and you know, I learned something in the last couple of days. You know what they are and what they do. You know, I never really thought about them that much.
And what is the traditional value of those?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna try to pull the value up. Let's see. Let's just do this. Let's pull up values of CX and CY capacitors. Let's see what it says here. All right. While standard CX and CY capacitors have a wide range of values, typical capacitance are found in a nanofarads to low microfarads. The specific ones depend on the type of filter, the power supply frequency, and required noise suppression. Okay. I think we were only. What is this? Continue to sign.
Yeah, you've been to All About Circuits.
Yeah, have I been here? Okay. Yeah, we were been to this page. All right, so here's some specs on them. An X1, and the CXs are like X1, X2, and X3. Okay, and they're like a CY1, CY2, and CY3. So your X1 peak voltage is 2.5 kilovolts, less than 2.5 kilovolts.
Greater than 2.5.
Greater than 2.5 and less than or equal to 4. And peak impulse before endurance test per capacitance. That's less than or equal to 1 microfarad. And then your this is my brain's not working. Here's your Y, Y1, Y2, Y3, and Y4. Mainly, it's just about the voltage, the peak voltage you've got to cover. Is different ratings right here. Okay. And it talks about, even though they have capacitance and peak voltage, you really shouldn't use these in other circuits, you know, in a radio. For instance, you know, if you had a one that was, 0.01 microfarad, you would not want to use that like as a bypass or something in a radio, or bypassing the screen, because it would short. If you use an XY, it would short, and it would short your power supply out, and it could destroy your high voltage power supply. So it says don't use them, although they do have a voltage peak and they do have a certain amount of capacitance. But the interesting thing is they're made to fail specific ways.
And those are actually frequency dependent.
Yeah.
For the formula to calculate them, so yeah.
Yeah. Now, here's a CY. I don't know. It's hard to read. 400
volts.
Dash 250 volt. What's that? X1, Y1? I can't. Yeah. I don't know. I still look at these and I'm having trouble reading them. So let's see. I'm going to pull up how we read the information that's stamped on them. So it says the X2 and the Y2 are the most common type. Okay. Let's do this. I tell you, I've started using X's artificial intelligence, and also Chat GPT. Man, I tell you, this will do a lot of things for you. A lot of things. Let's do it here. Tell me what the, I don't know, numbers on a CX or CY capacitor mean. Let's see what, let's see. Okay, it's going to indicate the capacitive value, the voltage rating tolerance, and the class certification class. Oh, gee. Okay. Here's what the markings usually mean. Capacitor type. Gee. Okay, I know a 472 is a 4700. The 2 there indicates 2 zeros. And so forth, yeah. Voltage rating. There's a lot here to try to understand, and
Yeah, scroll up a little bit.
scroll up. How far?
There you go. Right there. Look at the typical voltage for the X1 and Y1 and the X2 and that kind of stuff.
500 volts. 500. Is that 500 to 4,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the X1. Wow, X1's 480, and X2 is 220. 250. Interesting. Okay. What else can we learn here?
All right,
Wow.
scroll. Go back. Go
Go back where?
I saw the, keep going. Right there. Up above the example marking. Right there.
Temperature
Or no,
range.
go back down to the example marking.
Yeah.
There it is. See that
X2.
X2 at 275 volts? Okay.
And then I guess that's the 104 would be
The value.
four. Would be add 4 zeros. It'd be
It's got
10
it for
and-
you 3 lines down.
It'd be
It's
100
nanofarad.
100K. Yeah, it'd be 100K picofarad. Okay, that's what it is. 100. That's 100.
So basically,
I'm
a
used to
point
seeing
one.
that on resistors. I never really knew that it was on capacitors like this. So
Yeah,
104K
that's
is
pretty much a
100,000
0.1.
picofarad. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a 0.1.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I just want to bring it up
Interesting.
tonight. That's just something interesting I ran across. The little blue capacitor on all your power supplies. I always thought it was just an MOV or something like that
I thought it was, yeah.
protects you from surges. And maybe that's still what this does. I don't know. Let's ask what the difference
Well,
is.
it looked like
When we
in
get
that circuit you
toys,
had a
it sounds like
CX.
that's what we need to look for.
Let's do this. Let's ask the. Let's
Looks
ask
like
it
it
one
would
more
sync a
question. Let's ask it. What is the difference between a MOV and a C? Let's do this. CX or CY capacitor.
I can,
Let's
tell,
see,
I can
that's-
tell you what the difference is probably it's going to say.
It's what?
It'll probably say that an MOV breaks down, has negative resistance, and
Well, let's see what it
capacitor-
says. Let's see what it says. This thing's pretty smart. Both used in power supplies for surge protection. But look, capital and dark. They have very different functions and characteristics.
Yeah, if you go back to that original circuit you showed with the CYs and then the MOV
Yeah.
in between the CYs and the CX.
Yeah. So look here. This is kind of clarifies it. The MOV is surge protection, where the CX and CY is EMI and RFI noise filtering. So that's really not for protection; it's for noise filtering. Is what those guys are for.
Right.
Non-linear relative to voltage, and the CX CYs are linear, passive filtering.
Think of the MOV as a Zener diode for AC.
So the MOV is non-conductive, meaning I guess
Yeah, it's like a neon bulb. It fires. It's
it's
normally
non-conductive,
completely
whereas the
until the voltage gets
CXCY always conductive, and it passes the noise, and that's why the CY is connected from the line to ground. Let's see placement.
Interesting.
X line to line, Y line to ground. It can short permanently. Designed to fail open. See, this says designed to fail open. Now, didn't we read a minute ago that it was designed to fail closed, a short? Anybody remember?
Yes.
No, you said it. You said it.
Yeah. I think something's not quite right.
The X is designed to fail closed, but so the question is, does ChatGPT have it wrong?
It
Or
probably does. Yeah.
Are there
it probably
varying
may-
interpretations of this cap?
Yeah. They're certified as safety capacitors. Okay. Oh, here we go. We got more of a definition on how different things work here. The MOV actually degrades over time.
It does.
Yeah,
And there were, for a while, there were some APC branded power strips. I think I talked about this in a previous episode. They were recalled because they failed shorted, and they could actually melt down the power strip and possibly cause a fire.
Yeah. All right. The CXCY suppress electromagnetic interference and radio frequency interference. That is interesting. Connect across the line, connect line to ground. Line to ground. If they fail, the CX and CY, if they fail, they must not cause electric shock or fire. Interesting. High voltage spikes, EMI noise. Very good. Okay. So I don't know. I learned something from them. Now I know what they are. They're not MOVs. And there is a difference. There's a difference between the X and the Y one. And that's what they're called. They're called CX and CY. So did we learn anything tonight? I don't know.
Yeah, that is. I mean, how many years have we been playing with this stuff and didn't know it?
Yeah.
That's the first I've ever heard of this CXCY stuff.
I know it. And next week, we're going to talk about another unusual part, the paraphase thunderbolt grease recycler. That's right there, and we're going to talk about that next week.
Oh, that's what you use to drive the flux capacitors.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's about the end of the show where we usually cut it off. My voice held up all night. My voice has worked for the last 4 days, so I feel like it's not a permanent loss of voice, and that's what was worrisome. Because it's one of the risks going into that surgery. Your voice is going to go for a week or 2 weeks, or you might not never get it back. And after about 5 weeks, I was beginning to wonder. Okay. Anyway, hey, I'm feeling good. I'm glad back on the show, and thanks for everybody watching tonight. And
got one more thing, Tom.
Yeah, go ahead.
This month's QST, the November QST, I've got a product review of the Radio Builder project.
Okay, we'll take a look at it.
In the QST, and it's been getting rave reviews so far. I've been getting emails from all over the place about it. So apparently people liked it.
All right, we'll take a look at it. All right, guys, I want to say good night to everybody, and hey, we're gonna stay on just a minute after the show ends, but good night, everybody. You've been listening to and watching Amateur Radio Roundtable. We'll see you next week.
You're the man.
Wait a minute, that ain't right. That's not right.
What do you mean it ain't right?
That ain't right. It didn't start right.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind.
been looking for this for weeks.
All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.